that's live. Why did that not play the thingy? Can you hear me, Maff? I'll play the intro. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Save with Crypto here, and I'm on the channel called Save with Crypto, and the guy below me today is Maff from Maftopia, friend, colleague, and the coder behind our amazing Quadzilla indicator. Hello, Maff. How you doing?
Hello. Not bad, thanks. Yeah, kind of nervous at the moment about the internet. I mean, doesn't the internet make you nervous? Generally. But the internet connection is a bit flaky at the moment, so I've already dropped out a couple of times just prior to starting. So we'll see how it goes. I might suddenly drop out.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting the same kind of thing actually, and yeah, I thought it was me as normal. Well, it probably is me, but I thought it was me, and I'm pretty sure that StreamYard went a bit weird as well. So yeah, if there's any major technical problems, anyway. So that PlusNet thing I changed to that. It really is absolutely dog slow. It's incredible. But
are they still
get the fibers?
Yeah. So when is that going to be?
It was going to be the 10th, but that's tomorrow, isn't it? And then they sent me an email to say there's going to be a delay. Yeah, anyway, so I don't know, next week I guess. They've got to dig something outside, so anyway, but yeah, anyway, so have we got anyone here?
We've got a few people.
Okay.
Yeah. There was,
I thought there might be
some level of, sorry, go on.
I thought there might be some like mass outage of the internet or something, and nobody could get through, you know.
Probably something to do with Iran, I'm sure, and Trump.
Oh yeah. So,
the oil-powered internet, I guess.
That's it. Yeah. I did. Yeah. So it's time for this.
Save with Crypto. Huh. Justify your thumbnail.
Okay.
Justify your thumbnail? That went a bit wrong.
Oh, is that what it said? I heard the full thumbnail actually, but anyway.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah. I think that really is the state of my internet connection at the moment. It's rather flaky.
Anyway. So yeah. I kind of said to Grok, can you do a picture of a of a large cargo ship carrying oil in the Strait of Hormuz, going through a French-style péage. And it did all right, actually, I thought, actually. and
Okay.
and it's almost to the point where I was looking at the image thinking, like, you know, that almost looks like you could get the ship through there, but it's not really going to work, is it? You know? But no, I was just going to mention that thing about, you know, they're going to make it into a toll, or they want to make it into a toll thing where you have to pay your fee in Bitcoin to go through there. Where do you reckon that came from? That seems really odd to me.
It's a funny old thing, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, you know, great if it, you know, from one point of view, from a sort of Bitcoin investing point of view, if that does happen, because the I think because they were talking about it maybe being like $1 per barrel of oil, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got very mixed feelings about it, because in one sense, just any kind of like tariffs, taxes imposed, that sort of thing, I'm not a great fan of generally. But at the same time, Bitcoin scarcity, you know, give it a bit more of a it's not really a supply shock, is it? The demand shock, I suppose. So yeah, that'd be so good from that point of view. Yeah,
I was thinking,
wouldn't be something like. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
Sorry, we've got a delay here, haven't we? I think due to bad internet.
Yeah.
No, all I was going to say was, I do think what they should do though is, I mean, I don't know how the information came from Iran, but I think they should stop talking about it as in $1 price per barrel. You know, it should be like so many Satoshis if that's the case, really, because, you know, surely they don't want to talk in dollars anymore, do they? You know, but I don't know. So
that's a really good point. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I was going to say.
Yeah. I think if they start talking about the price of oil in Satoshis, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? Overall. So yeah. So rather than the petrodollar, it'll be the petro Satoshi, I guess.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, quite cool. Anyway, so Bitcoin. So I did a stream yesterday. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I did a little stream yesterday. What I was looking at was, I mean, it wasn't entirely wrong. It normally is when I sort of say, I think this is going to happen, and the opposite happens. But it wasn't too bad, actually. So it was about here, about 1 o'clock, well, about midday.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I don't think it's going to go up, and it went up. So it went up quite a lot, but then it's come down since, but it hasn't come down massively. What I was looking at really was like more of a Bart Simpson type thing like this, you see, which I still think might happen on a much larger time frame, like the daily, though. You know, there's also. Let me put Quadzilla on. Quadzilla's
a good idea.
Rather good, actually. Yeah, Quadzilla is our indicator, which is God. There's something wrong with my. Oh, there it goes. Something wrong with my internet, I think. But anyway, but also on the daily time frame, we've had this like really nice bearish retracement level here at 71,214. That's been there since the end of March. Obviously, we've come back up, you know, and completed that retracement there. So that was another reason I was expecting a bit of a dump down. That's on the daily. On the hourly. On the hourly back here, we did have this. I mean, this has been great. Look at this. This retracement here. You know, that one played out perfectly.
That is pretty great.
That was great.
Yeah,
that's great, isn't it? And sorry, that looks a bit confusing with my scribble there, doesn't it? There you go. It looks like that's what the price did. That's what the price is going to do. Maybe.
Probably not far off.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so at the moment, I mean, the ceasefire thing is complete nonsense, isn't it? I mean, I like Iran thinks they've got a victory, and so does the US. So I don't quite know how that works, and they're still bombing things. And anyway, so that's completely nonsense, I think. So I think we can ignore all that.
If both sides feel that they've got a victory, then that's probably a good thing, because
it's amazing.
So fingers crossed that's actually kind of just how it all just resolves now. Because so rather than like one side is defeated, like both sides get something good out of it. I'd much rather that. But, I mean, just personally, I'm not really the arbiter of these things, but it just and if Bitcoin benefits as well, then even better.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if that happened in football. Sort of, you go to watch your football match every Saturday afternoon, and your team would always win.
but both sides are a win. Everybody here is a winner. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone would sort of leave happy. There were no hostility, no football hooliganism. I don't think they have hooligans anymore, do they? I don't think.
No, it's gone out of fashion, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm actually not in a trade actually, which is quite unusual for me. So yeah, I did use that little I don't know, it's one of these little pumps to get out of a bad trade that I was in. So I got out with a little bit of profit. So I haven't made loads of money the last few days, unfortunately, but I was thinking about a short this morning. I should have gone for it, shouldn't I? Because the price is coming down quite nicely.
Yeah.
But anyway, exactly as predicted. Shall we get on with it? Anyway,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so only one real comment really. That was from WJM saying Quadzilla on the 1 hour gave me a nice Sui short that came in yesterday. Oh, it's good to hear. Good to hear. Excellent. Okay, well let's do the thing.
Right.
Yeah, there's definitely something a bit odd going on internet-wise.
Yeah. I was going to say I seem to have hijacked the screen, so I don't know if that was your intent that I would switch straight to this. But
that is absolutely fine.
Okay, right. So yeah, I mean, with the internet, I mean, we're actually switching to the full fiber thing on Monday. So like Monday morning. So it'll either be much better and never a glitch was seen again, or it's going to be just a ton worse for a while it all kind of beds in. So just to know. I mean, I'm a bit nervous about that, to be honest. But yeah, so Bitcoin. Oh, sorry. Yeah, one thing. Sorry, I'm doing this in a very frustrating way. Just about to start, and then say something else. So there were some chats in the savewith crypto Discord about the times, when they're about the live stream times. Like, is this a good time? Would it? I think the consensus seemed to be this probably isn't the best time to be doing a live stream. each day. I think there was a preference for later, wasn't there? So
Yeah.
Yeah, need to try and figure that one out. I guess we can have a chat afterwards, maybe, internet permitting, about that.
Yeah,
And,
sure. Yeah. I get the idea of like doing it later, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I've sort of finished for the day by the time it gets to that psychological sort of 5 o'clock. Really, I kind of think,
yeah,
I don't really want to be thinking too much anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll have a chat about it and see what you think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's also, of course, the Mafftopia live stream, which I haven't done one of those for a while. Actually, I've sort of slipped a bit on those. But I think the next topic was going to be about Bitcoin, funnily enough, and just how it seems to be kind of under threat at the moment at a sort of fundamental or technical level, I suppose, from just all sorts of different things, whether it's from AI or the sort of looming quantum computing kind of Armageddon type thing. So don't know. Yeah. So it's going to be about that, and also a bunch of other things that are kind of threatening it, of course. So I thought that might be a pretty good topic, and so whether we do that today, I'll be up for doing that today later on, like whether it's 4 or 5 or something,
Sure.
or tomorrow. Yeah, probably today, and we can maybe do that as a kind of an extension of this live stream a bit, because if we talk about Bitcoin, we may as well look at charts and things, and yeah, and do that. So yeah, what time's good for you? 4 or 5 for that?
Today
or 4:30?
Doesn't really matter. I probably prefer 4 today.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Earlier the better.
Yeah, I think so. Let's try and do 4. So
Okay.
So probably 4 o'clock live stream later on then, on the Mafftopia channel. So yeah, I'll try and get that confirmed, but very just call it 4. So looking at this then, we've got Bitcoin on the 1 hour, and this is exactly what you were looking at just now, of course, as well. And similarly, yeah, these the retracement levels have really kind of kicked in. So that one is kind of perfecto, as they say. This one as well. So, and there is one down here that's kind of on top of this kind of support line that I'd drawn in. Why did I draw that one in? I guess just like a general thing going back, isn't it? So maybe I'll actually remove that line for now. Maybe that one too has just got a bit more of a fresh slate, fresh sheet, whatever. So yeah, I guess if we, how should we do this? If we go to the weekly, I haven't actually looked at this for a while actually. Reset. So this essentially being this whole thing that we've been looking at, where the so the kind of longer term pattern. So each of these is a weekly candle, and from the top, the price kind of dropped 30%. It ranged, accumulated, and in the process of that gained 8%, dropped another 30%, gained 11%. Although the actual dollar amount that it gained was probably about the same from the looks of it. And now, of course, everything's looking a bit sweet and bullish, in the sense that there's a bit of relief around, isn't there, about just how things currently are with the Iran conflict and so on. But within the context of this, it's really just kind of climbing within that range. It's wicked up. It's the wick just touched the top of that 11% range, and it has yet to really kind of break above that in any positive sort of way. So and then there's this thing, I might delete that, but it gives the point that we've just kind of seen this move down, bear flag ish, continuation excuse me, continuation pattern, another impulsive move down, bear flag, impulsive move down, potentially might be the next thing if that continues. So if we do see a sort of a push upwards from here, because there does seem there's general positivity, isn't there? There's a lot of people on X and so on, just and YouTube just saying, remember back there where probably back there where everyone was super bearish and just saying, oh yeah, we're just heading straight down from here, and now all of a sudden it's back on, and it's talk of the price coming up to, I mean, it's at 71 at the moment, but talk of the price kind of pushing up to well, beyond there, up to like kind of 75-ish maybe, or beyond. I think maybe 78 was the highest I'd seen of a kind of imminent pump. But I don't know, just it feels like if everyone's talking about that, then maybe it is more likely to just kind of head further down from there. Which would, if it did this, if it continued that pattern, it would come down to like 50k essentially, and then maybe that would give it time to reset a little bit and accumulate a whole bunch just along there, maybe within that range, just and then kind of work its way up. There's still, so this is the 200-day moving average, just there, and obviously just coming down, like stooping down, just kind of working its way to make. It's as if it's trying to make it easier for the price to come up and meet it. It's like how much lower do I need to go for this relief rally to happen? So assuming that kind of carries on down a bit. I mean, it's leveled off a bit, of course, because of this sideways accumulation. But assuming it did kind of carry on doing that a bit of that, then it's probably going to be like that, isn't it? Then this working its way up from there, it might hit it around about there if that did happen. You also think that maybe if we do get that kind of upsurge, then that might be a bit more sudden than that. So it might even hit it more like there, which would be kind of around about 85. If it hits it there, it's kind of 83. So that's plausible. It would break out of this pattern entirely. Then I think if it does that, we'd then be into some other kind of market structure. But yeah, I don't know. Just from there, just it just seems more likely it's going to head down. Almost like, especially because everyone's talking about up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope it's up. I hope that's the way we head. But I don't know, just gut feeling. Just don't. But then again, this could be another case where just I'm saying it does that, and then it does that, which I'll totally own that if that happens. I think so. So we're probably looking for confirmation, aren't we? So the confirmation of one move or the other would be if we can get a weekly candle close above. Where is it? Sorry. Yeah, 72. Say 72.8. So 72,800. If the weekly candle closes above that, then that's it's not really confirmation. It's a good sign. It's a strong sign that we're going to see a price move upwards. I think if we then got a week of trading above that level, that 72.8, then that would be the confirmation really that we're going to be heading up. I think to touch the 200 daily. So if I just go to different charts and delete whatever is drawing on here. 9 drawings, 10 indicators, and just that's a sign of a pro, having so many indicators on the chart, isn't it? Might have most of us switched off, I think. So on this one,
on 10 different monitors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and a projector and the virtual reality headset. So, gosh, what am I even looking at now? Yeah, so still the 200 daily, same thing basically, still on the weekly. So nothing's really changed. But what is interesting is looking at this with Quadzilla switched back on, we kind of got that bearish level just there, which is at 86.5. So maybe the kids are right, on X and YouTube and so on about this relief rally coming up, touching it. Because if the price does work its way up, it might do that and then come up today, maybe to there. Today, maybe actually that. Even because I was thinking that then if the 200 daily kind of did that, and the retracement level does that, then that would be a lot of confluence. Also, the 55 EMA, which is the green level there, would also be quite significant at that point. So the price would come up and kind of touch that. It would touch the 200 daily simple moving average, and the retracement level there. And because just note how typically often these retracement levels do complete correctly as predicted. So this one you should probably add a lot of gravity to the idea that the price will come up and touch that level, because it probably will. So and as I was saying, that's at 86.5. So I mean, how long it takes is a different matter, because obviously this one took that long. That one there is just kind of a longer term one. You can sort of tell when these are going to be longer term when a shorter term one actually, or when another retracement level starts to plot while this one's still plotting, then you kind of know that this one's going to be there for the duration, as it were. Whereas that one's a bit shorter lived. But yeah, so quite a lot is pointing towards that happening. So that does rather contradict what I was just saying on the other chart. But it's just different scenarios, aren't they? So we kind of waiting for that confirmation really of one playing out or the other. The other being the price coming down, potentially touching what is that one? That's the weekly, or the 300 weekly simple moving average. Beneath that is then the 400 weekly. So I think it's pretty likely the price would come down and touch those probably just later in the year, not in this current sort of phase of the market. Also keep in mind there's the remnants of this bearish retracement level here from Quadzilla, which so that's its step 3 bit. The step 2 bit had kind of the step 2 of this had kind of drawn in back there, completed there when the price went down. So it did it sort of down, mega up, and now coming back down. That's a heck of a one to complete, actually. And that one being at 38,000, 38.4. Ouch. But kind of feasible, I think, because looking at the overall scale of this, it's not, it's not outside the realm of possibility. The price is going to head down to that level. Probably draw in a fib if I go from the wick. Well, where am I doing this from? Well, I suppose, yeah, it has to go down to really where, maybe down to there. I'm just looking at how far down that's come so far. Try and get that right there. So in terms of the descent, switch this off for a sec. So kind of looking at that, does that tell us much? Not really. Obviously, what it did tell us was that when the price came down to this kind of channel just there between the 0.618 and the 0.5, and there and the not really a Fibonacci number 0.5, but the price definitely kind of remained ranging within that channel for that time. So that's kind of interesting. and now the 0.786 has clearly become a level of resistance that the price. So maybe that's going to be the confirmation, in addition to what I was talking about before, of a sustained move to the upside if the price kind of gets above the 0.786, which is at about 70, almost exactly 74k. That's that. Let's drop to the daily, just look at it a bit differently. Put quads back on, and that's amazing. So notice as well, we've got on the daily, we've got a bearish retracement level here, which also ties in with that. So the one on the weekly was there, and it was at kind of 86.7 pretty much. This one here now is it on the daily is 89. It's not that far off. So you could kind of view that as being a potential kind of range that the price might kind of come up into. So like essentially be kind of between between there and there, essentially, if the price worked its way up, might kind of like wick up into that, or even just kind of come up in there, do a bit of that, and then not really want to sort of go any higher, and then kind of work its way down, potentially to that level, where that retracement level join. So why am I doing that? Just let's do this instead, so you can actually see the level. Interesting thing again also with that level is that how it's continued to excuse me, to be relevant as a support level, even once it had completed there, as these retracement levels usually do. So yeah, price had bounced off that a couple of times really. So kind of suggests that could be an overall range. So that's really between that, which was 62.6 or 7 and 89.2. I mean, yeah, it's a 20k range, but hey, I mean, it's it's played that so far, isn't it? So it could kind of come up, and then might continue after when it comes back down. To that kind of 62 level. So, but at that stage, these I don't know. I guess so. So these were the weekly MAs. They kind of leveled off a bit, haven't they? They're not in any hurry to come up to this level, but yeah, maybe something between there and there. So like 50k earlier was coming up as a potential overall kind of overall bear market bottom for the for the overall bear market. So I could have phrased that a bit better. It's a bear market bottom for the overall bear market. So it'd be kind of that, wouldn't it? 50k-ish. Blink. No, that'd be in May, which is too soon. It ain't going to be May. It's going to be after that, isn't it? By quite a long way. So maybe I guess a bunch of other stuff will happen. Who knows? Pure guess, but it might be something like that, and then eventually down. So my worry, if it's a worry, I don't know, or it might be an amazing investment opportunity, would be that if certain things don't happen by a certain time, then we could well see a much lower bear market bottom. So, like kind of down to where it's there, or that there was the. Are they still on? Are they on this? Oh no, it's on the weekly, isn't it? These like that retracement level. Oh, 20 set. Oh my gosh. Yeah, hopefully not that. I was thinking more of this one that I pointed out, that the bearish retracement level is in at step 3, which would be like 38. So yeah, sorry, it's kind of the other way around. I was saying, like, if this doesn't happen by a certain time, it's more if things happen too quickly. So if the price comes down and touches 50k a bit too quickly, So okay, you could look at it. It's like glass half empty, glass half full, isn't it? So like the price comes down and touches 50k too quickly, and then heads on up. You could see that as a sign of market strength. It's like, oh great, the bottom is in early, and off we go. We start building for the next bull market, or it's a severe sign of weakness. The price has just capitulated down to 50k much sooner than maybe people expected. That which would strongly suggest more downside from there, towards a sort of probable bear market low of like September, October, and in which case it would come down to that 38, 39, 40, maybe probably 38, that sort of level. So yeah, there's a long-term outlook.
Okay.
Yeah. And anything else we should look at while we're here?
I'm quite intrigued to look at what thingy. What WJM was saying. Yeah, Sui on the 1 hour. I'm quite intrigued to sort of see what that looks like, because
let's do it. Cryptos. Don't know. Where's USD? Oh, maybe I should put in USD. Swissd. Crypto.com, I guess. Is that really that's not crypto.com, is it? Is it just crypto? Is an index?
No, that's yeah.
Oh, it's TradingView, isn't it? Of course. So yeah, crypto index thing. Did WJM say which exchange that was? We could probably zero in on that. Not that it really matters.
No.
Okay.
Don't know.
Let's do the index then. So it's on the 1 hour, isn't it? So
okay.
Gee whiz. Okay. That's some prescience there from Quadzilla. Gosh.
So what was he looking at, do you reckon?
I don't really care now. I just want to look at the retracement levels and see how they played out.
Well, the retracement levels are blinding. I was showing Quadzilla to my eldest daughter, mad with crypto, last night.
Yeah.
And she was actually blown away by it, And I did that example of the gold thing, say, look, it's actually, for the bearish retracement, it's actually been 100% correct for the last 183 years.
Yeah.
And she was quite stunned with it. Well, what I'm looking at there is that red bar down in the momentum oscillator. When was that?
Do you mean this one? We kind of caught that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
when was that?
Wednesday, 8th of April. Is that today? No, yesterday, wasn't it? At 7 a.m. UK time. So
yeah,
kind of interesting. Yeah. So in this case, I suppose you could be looking at that the red bar is kind of a confirmation that because it would have been actually, what was it? So it's looking at that one really. So yeah, kind of that level there. The price obviously peaked and it came down. So at this stage, you might well be wondering, like, well, okay, is that just a bit of a pause for breath? It's now going to accumulate a bit and then head on further upwards. But down here, this would have lit up as a bit of a sort of it's kind of saying, well, actually, we've kind of topped out here, momentum wise, and it's looking very, very likely that there's going to be downside from there. And so confirmation there. There's also the slightly earlier indication that earlier indication that the price had topped out. So you get this kind of crossover of the so the white line is the weighted average of the four momentum stochastic oscillators that are encapsulated within this chart, and the red one is the fastest moving, the fastest reacting of those four. So that the weighted average includes the red, the fastest one, but it's weighted because it's biased towards the slower moving. So it assigns a progressively greater weight to each one. So so essentially that kind of gives us this thing that so the red comes down, obviously because it's the fastest to react. It's kind of worked its way down. So up here and overbought, when you see these oscillator lines starting to curve round, that's a strong sign that basically we're in overbought territory, and we're very likely to see a market reversal. When that crossed down below the weighted average, then that's a pretty strong sign as well, especially because the white line was also curving round at that point and starting to come down. It had already started to sort of level off a bit, like it was steep there, less steep there, horizontal there, and obviously then by the time the red bar showed in, it also was curving down. So that crossover was really, because it's normally when when this band kind of converges, then the ultimate convergence really is when they obviously just like cross over, and so they've kind of swapped round. So that at that point they were totally in convergence, in confluence or whatever. And then so yeah, well that's a very, very lengthy way of just saying like at this stage you could kind of see that the price was going to come round. So like early indication, then the red bar is a confirmation of it. So going back to that, if you're wondering like, hey, is the price just going to accumulate here and then continue on up? Nope, this says otherwise. And also like if you were planning a trade, you'd probably be looking at that as like, is this a good time to go short? This says probably that's exactly what it says. This says probabilistically yes. So and that's kind of what played out. So you're saying you brought up that one. So
I know.
Oh, by the way, Nick, also welcome, Nick. But we're not ignoring you, sir. Bitcoin is neutral for now. Are we bullish or not? We'll go back to that if we have time. Yeah, because it's actually kind of a timely question. I think. So I was looking at the big red bar on Quadzilla and then the EMA's big red bar. I guess it's probably that one.
Yeah.
I think
so.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right. Actually, the EMAs as well. So up here, got the I forgot what they are now. The 21 and the 55. That's the 9, isn't it? Of course. So we normally have the 5. The 5 would be the red line for the EMA. But yeah, on here at the moment, it's got the 9, the 21, and the 55. What we tend to see with the 9, because I do tend to bang on a bit about the 9 EMA, because it's quite a thing, in that you can really use it to get a gauge for just are we in a sort of a bullish price move or a bearish price move, essentially. So and the key is really whether the price is above or below it. Because normally, like, say if you're looking at this and saying like, are we considering going short at this point? Going back to that scenario of looking at this line, is that now going to be a support line for further continuation to the upside? So if you're considering going short, you might be ultra cautious about that, even though you kind of had these indications down here. But you might then say, well, okay, I'm going to wait until the price is at least moved below the 9 EMA. I mean, yeah, your entry wouldn't be as good because you'd be waiting until kind of all the way down here. But it'd be a decent sign of caution, I think. So yeah, and then there are definitely other times when, well, in fact, sorry, yeah, I was going to say so the price there has kind of moved below it, and then range is below it. But also, even though the price does kind of wick above the 9 EMA during that accumulation, none of the candles close above it. So you end up, you kind of get that, and then sure enough, whump down. And in fact, funnily enough, that one very nearly did, but because I guess that, yeah, and just looking at the way that that candle opened above the 9 EMA, but because the price is coming down shortly, and I think it must have like redrawn quite sharply, like that. Yeah, that freaked me out a bit. What the hell was that? I was just like checking out the window.
So I saw that early on. I thought I'd just wait for the opportunity for it. Then it was delayed. So. Yeah. Okay. So essentially, the price coming down there, then and just very, very, very much stays below the 9 EMA along here as well. Then of course we get the EMA convergence zone going on here with the 9 and the 21. It's the faster moving EMAs. The 9 crosses below the 21, and you can kind of see that starting to happen. So even though the price again is accumulating along here, you'd have an early sign here that those two are still converging, those two EMAs. So like if you'd missed that short, you might consider going short there, or if you're still in a short but you've seen the price come back up and you're thinking like, oh, do I hang on? Do I quickly close this short? Well, probably, I mean, take some profit, of course, de-risk the trade a little bit, but given this, then probably keep some keep at least one of the irons in the fire, something like that, and let the price just kind of, or let the trade run, carry it on down, and sure enough, it drops down here. At this stage, the signs are not so great that there's going to be, a further continuation. Although looking at that, we've got this, bullish retracement level here, kind of lurking. So that's a possibility still. We're going to see the price just come down to that one, and just complete that. And it's looking like it might. So it's kind of pause for breath there. There's definite just liquidity along that line, which if I kind of draw that in, let's see, it ties in with that top there. Does it tie in if I go further back? Yeah, that one kind of pretty much. Drop to there. So that's a pretty significant level. It's drawn in. Blimey, that one. That's a nice retracement level. So yeah, this is becoming like Quadzilla porn, isn't it? Just like, God, look at that beauty. Yeah, that's a great one, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, looking at that, I mean, we have got some kind of nice levels here. I'll just draw that one in as well. Also, like zooming out a bit, as I just said, it does give us a bit of overall perspective of the price structure, because there's obviously like a serious amount of liquidity. Just if I was put in the VRVP, I'd bet that there would be a point of control going like all the way along that middle there. And in fact, given these levels here, the fact that there's a series of retracement levels kind of around about this, all along that point of control, then assuming the price does come down and touch this, then it's looking like it could well do, to be honest. It's going to come down and touch that level, and if that's there, whether it's a just continued move down, I reckon it could touch that, and then kind of do not in a straight line, but then start to work its way back up like that, and then that would complete that there, because the price coming down would then make this retracement level start its step 3, which should be there from there on. And the step 3 indicates that the price is probably just going to come back up
and smash on through it and head on to the upside. So probably expect that kind of for the rest of the day, I would think, to play out, because it's very consistent with how these previous ones have played out on the same chart. So just could see that happening. Why have I got 4 notifications on TradingView? No one talks to me on TradingView. What's that about? Unless it's just TradingView trying to sell me more stuff. I don't know.
Don't know.
It's like urgent notification. We want to sell you something. So, I don't know.
Oh, I've got none of that. So obviously I'm not that important.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah. Well, or maybe they think I'm more of a mug. That I could be convinced to buy something.
There's a few things on the what's new thing. Anyway, so like the immediate future for Bitcoin, what do you reckon then? Because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the 1 minute, just because that's what I do.
Very immediate. Sure.
Yeah, because it's so good with these little retracement levels. It's like it's just great. What's that?
So let's just looking at that. I mean, I'll jump to the 1 minute in a second. I just wanted to pause to appreciate the like saying that the absolute porn that is Quadzilla retracement or something. Look at that. Crikey, it's like I might need a private moment to myself.
Do you want a box of tissues first?
Oh my god, yeah, I need to get a life, don't I? So okay, let's go to 1 minute. So you're looking at this on the 1 minute then. So
yeah, no, I can see the beauty of the 1 hour there. I must admit, I'm just having a look at that as well. Yeah, lovely.
It's quite something. Quite, yeah. It's quite inappropriate talking there.
Yeah, look at the retracements on that.
Yeah, I want to make them curvy now. Anyway, so how many viewers have we just lost in amongst all of that?
They're probably all gone. I know, they're rushing in.
Oh yeah, well,
no, I don't.
Yeah, probably attracting the wrong crowd now. Look at this one. This level here has been very relevant and continues to be after this, because obviously the price is coming out, touching that level, and again above, below. But if I sort of continue that one, price came up, touched it, so there is resistance. It kind of skewered it, ranged along it a bit, and and then broke above. So that was a definite sort of confirmation moment about whether it stays above that level or just drops back below. So the fact that that we've got some candle closures above that level were a definite sign that we're going to see upside from there. And then of course that happened, came back down, kind of teased just below that level, and then back up again, and now suddenly it's support, and off it goes. So this one kind of bang on. Wouldn't have minded seeing a bit more upside on that one, but then again, because it's a bullish retracement level, but because the EMAs were so strongly downward facing on that, the trend is very, very much to the downside. So that's why that the bounce from that bullish level was only kind of up to there, wicked up a bit. So it worked. It was true to form, but the market conditions were thus it did that, completed, and then just carried on down. The same back down to that level. So
yeah, it is just the 1 minute time frame as well. So
Yeah. What could I draw in there? If I put in maybe suppose I'd just in terms of the kind of immediate level, immediate future of Bitcoin, well, given that I drew in on the 1 minute, that's turned out to be, that was from a 1 minute retracement level. It's turned out to be kind of surprisingly, I don't know, relevant, salient, whatever, levelly on the 12 minute as well. I didn't want to put it back. Blink. But I'm just going to redraw that as a horizontal line, because there's a lot of that. So the it was resistance all the way back. Well, support there. Seeing that it very much became a level of resistance. So good to see that the price kind of smashed above it, and now it's support. This is something about like certain retracement levels. I've got to try and figure out just what the conditions are that make this happen, because you definitely get this kind of, sometimes the level just continues to be relevant, and you get this kind of sideways S shape. It's not quite that, but sideways S shape kind of thing, just kind of working its way through there. So not always.
I suppose it's something to do with the amount of times the price goes through it positively and negatively, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
Which would mean it's getting attracted back to it, isn't it? Rather than just, I don't know.
Yeah. So in other words, if there's actual liquidity there, if there's kind of just open orders waiting to be force closed, essentially. Then of course, I mean, as a natural market thing, the price is going to come back to that level. But then what's interesting is that you can use that continuation of the retracement level as a sort of as a form of point of control in its own right, but it's a much more it's a more kind of tuned in version of a point of control, in that there's going to be a notably high probability that, like, if the price is below, it's going to work its way above. If it's above, it's going to work its way below again, and it's going to tend back to that, to come back to that level. So yeah, interesting. So we've got Kaz. Hello, Kaz. It's 1:45. Oh my god. Glad you could make it anyway. And what was I even imitating then with that? It's like hysterical. Kind of like, I suppose, like the White Rabbit. Was it the White Rabbit? Sort of, I'm late, and so on. Anyway, don't know. Aussie, hello. So 80k CME gap, and is that true? Should we have a look?
Yeah, there is one. I think there was a little one from last weekend as well, actually, which I completely forgot to mention. I think there was, anyway. I'm not sure. I might have dreamt it.
So 80k is there. Interesting. Yeah, okay, yeah, because we drew that one in, didn't we? So like in some previous live stream. So it's got to close, isn't it? I mean, at some point, just. I do think if we get this kind of breakout above to that kind of 80k level, then it's pretty likely we'll also see. Well, I guess that retracement level is 89. Because there's going to be just a sudden irrational outbreak of optimism. I think that it's like, we are so back, blah blah blah, etc., and the price is going to head on upwards. So,
but if you look back to Friday the 3rd, you can see there's a little one there as well, down at 67 something.
67. Where we're looking at 67. Is it?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me
It's
zoom in
Friday.
a bit.
The third of what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, last
As in
Friday.
The third of oh.
Stick it on the hourly or something.
13th?
Oh,
Do you mean Friday the 13th?
No, Friday the 3rd of April.
All right. Yeah, maybe try and
hang on. Hang on, you're... Oh, that's all right. Yeah. Isn't that it down there? So you can't see where my finger is. But yeah, just
that gap there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's put that off for a second.
That's a gap, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. That is a gap. And that's kind of 67-ish. So
yeah. So
that's interesting. That so that's like potential price magnet there. Excuse the slight wobbliness of that. And obvious price magnet there. Going from about 8k. Let's draw from that. So if I was to draw in, let's find I suppose parallel channel. So blink up to kind of there. 8k more or less. So currently we're kind of obviously within the lower half, if that the sort of discount half of that. The 50% of that, and I know I drew that very unscientifically just to there. It's not even bang on the gap or anything like that. But in fact, maybe I should do that. So bring it in.
It'll do.
Yeah, maybe actually, more to there, really, isn't it? To the lower part of that, to where the gap starts. Because I'm going like can't remember where that one was now. But anyway, yeah. So the 50% level there, which would be kind of like you could view it as a fair value kind of zone, really, just around it. So there's obvious liquidity there. So is this going to be like I feel like I'm about to just draw something really, really obvious, but it's like if the price works its way to the upside, then there's a good chance it'll work its way further to the upside. So it's a bit lame, but yeah, I think if it can break its way above that sort of level, like 73.5ish, say 73.5, then we could well see a bit of that fair value zone becomes support, a bit like it did there. But then instead of just breaking down like that one did, obviously we kind of want it to do that and just up to there, really close that gap and then do whatever it's going to do. So yeah, possibilities.
I think there are definite reasons why it could go up and down, actually. But it's also that kind of trend line that a lot of people are drawing on the daily, going back to the all-time high.
Let's do that.
So yeah, if you go on the daily and then go from the all-time high and then to that peak that's almost in the middle of the screen, well, slightly off to the right.
So from the all-time high.
Yeah, right. Yeah, pretty much that one there. Yeah. So
do you mean this or that? Just down to where it is.
Yeah.
So
the first one. Yeah. So there is that as well. A lot of people are talking about that, and if we were to break through that, then that would actually probably give the possibility of quite a lot more upside if you believe in trend lines. Yeah, that would be quite interesting. That's a sort of argument for the upside.
Yeah.
Or we could just reject from there,
True. I mean, so depending where this line would be, because I guess if we look at that as kind of price compression, then I guess it would be there, really, wouldn't it? Maybe draw that in. Then it might more be that, perchance. So in which case, well, I suppose, yeah, really, at pretty much any point there, or if we're going trend line crazy, woohoo, then sort of, well, I don't know. There, no, I'm just invalidating everything, I think. But maybe from that one, it's much the same, I think. So like from the more local, so, then very much downward pressure, isn't it? So which way around do those normally go? So you'd kind of be more likely to break above that, or break below. I like to think that we're more likely to break above that.
Oh,
as a
what's that one
compression
called?
triangle.
That's called.
Say again? Sorry.
What are them ones called? I can't think now. They're is that a descending cheese or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Did someone say cheese? But yeah, I don't know. So don't know.
It's not a wedge, is it?
Descending triangle, I suppose.
Oh, it's a descending triangle. Yeah.
Okay.
Descending triangle is a bearish chart. It's bearish.
Oh no. Okay.
So
well,
yeah.
To be honest, that does kind of tie in a bit with my generally pessimistic outlook at the moment, in that going back to like all of that stuff with the on the weekly and so on, it was all kind of because that just so strongly suggests that it's we're going to see a continuation of that pattern to the downside.
Yeah. Actually, it's quite a classic. Actually, sort of, it's actually doing it very well. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that's quite good actually. Yeah, that's quite a classic descending triangle for triangle people.
For triangle people. Actually, which one did I draw that on? Was it that? Yeah. Go back to the daily. So, or whatever I was on. It was a daily, isn't it? Yeah. Sad but likely, I think, is the thing there to see a breakdown.
Yeah.
But you know,
oh, well.
I don't really have anything to follow that. It's like, but you know, but cheer up. Well, I've got
the end.
Yeah, so, thin. If you draw another line beneath and connect the points below, oh my god, this is getting complicated now. I'm going to fail this test. Draw another line beneath.
What is that to make? Oh, are you trying to make a rising something or other?
A flapping bird or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Do you? I don't. So another line beneath. Where? Like further down?
No, it's so rather than that flat white line you've got at the bottom, if you actually kind of follow the little the higher lows, you know, so going.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So there's a little bit of an upward slopage
not quite
sort of thing.
Yeah, I got you.
So it's not a symmetrical triangle. It's more of a pointing downwards triangle, which I think it's a wedge, isn't it? Is it descending?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what Ozzy said, actually, wasn't it? Just Oh, descending channel.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Oh,
But
well,
then,
yeah, of course.
probably more like that then.
But descending wedge or falling wedge is a bullish chart pattern.
Just see if I can find it. Where's the
featuring
trading
two
view
converging-
things?
Oh, I don't know. It's technicals, then all chart patterns. I think that's the one we tend to use, isn't it?
All right, let's put it on. Let's see what it finds. Oh, quite a lot.
Probably come up with something completely different.
Should I just delete all of my lines because I think it seems to know better. Did I draw another one on top of it? I guess so. In amongst all of that, there's the actual Bitcoin price, which I think we've kind of slightly lost track of. That's basically saying that everything is happening all at once. So,
which is about the conclusion we came to, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, essentially. So, I'm glad to see that TradingView is. Yeah, TradingView is pretty much as clueless as we seem to be at the moment. So, rising wedge, right shoulder, head of something. Is that the head? Oh, okay. Because we got right shoulder and we got a head, but there was no left shoulder, it seems. Unless that was just. How can you have a head and shoulders without a left shoulder?
Don't know.
That's very strange. Still, I suppose. Right. So, in other words, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. Yeah, so it's saying we've got a rising wedge, which is true, isn't it? Doing, and then that general accumulation to the right and to the up, and oh, bearish pennant as well. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see that as well. So that's probably the thing. I think that's probably what Ozzy was referring to. It probably is also a descending channel, to be fair. So like bearish pennant is the red one with that. And yeah, I can see that. So the target of the bearish pennant would be 28k. Do you believe that?
There you go.
Uh-oh.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Yeah. So better sell your green Lambo. Yeah.
They're all below, though, aren't they? That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, target it says, but whose target? So none of the targets are to the upside. So that is general bearishness. Like however you look at that, it's a bearish. It's just like pick your bearish pattern. So so that's what we're got coming up for Bitcoin then.
There you go.
Yeah. On that note, we might be pretty much done actually, unless
I think we are pretty much actually. Yeah. So are we going to aim for Maftopia this afternoon or not?
Yeah, let's just do it. I think.
Okay. Cool.
I think probably ought to. Let's get some more watch hours onto the channel, I think. So anyone here who wants to come along to that, we're going to be talking about more Bitcoin stuff, but also just very much kind of tied into the, I guess, sort of technology side of it and the risks, really, because Bitcoin is facing multiple risks from different directions in terms of like AI-related hacking risks, but basically kind of the likely breaking of elliptic curve cryptography, whether it's through AI or through quantum computers within the next 5 to 10 years, maybe. So there's kind of a window there during which the Bitcoin coders need to try and come up with a actual quantum resistant algorithm, and it's going to be the same for crypto generally. Of course, it's all kind of based on elliptic curve cryptography, really, so we'll also look at some Bitcoin charts again for a change in the course of that, even though it's a Maftopia science and technology live stream. Just given the topic for today, we'll we'll be looking at charts and stuff as well. So yeah, too much rum. What's that? What's that in relation to? It's because we're feeling a bit rum today. I don't know. Confucius says, "My bad, I showed up a few days late and messed it up." All right, yeah, no worries. We're not really ones to judge at the moment. I aim to be there on time. Thanks. I try to be as well. The chat has me confused today.
I think Ozzy's answer to everything is rum, actually, which is good, actually.
yeah, true. Yeah, it's that's probably good drinking advice, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just if in doubt, have too much rum. So,
yeah, but do drink sensibly. What's that supposed to mean?
Drink sensibly. Yeah. Get pissed in a sensible sort of way. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't spill any. That's the sensible way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're going to down it, don't bother with the expensive stuff. Just get the basically, kind of floor polish or whatever should do it. So yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. Should we leave it at that then? Right.
I think so.
Well, thanks everyone. Okay, brilliant. Well, thanks for everyone coming along today. I'm a bit confused about Bitcoin at the moment, and as you can tell, actually, and I'm not in a trade at the moment. I don't know what I'm looking for. It's going up as we speak now, isn't it? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the best thing to do is to watch Carl the Moon and do everything he says. I can't believe that guy. He actually says things like, "No, I can definitely say it's a really good time to go long on Ethereum." He actually says that. And I thought we weren't supposed to do that. He said, my advice would be to go long on Ethereum. He actually says that, and like, how come he doesn't get banned for that? But anyway, so
I guess it's a case of like who's watching. So yeah. So is there an actual YouTube watch, like financial advice watch for that sort of thing? I wonder. Can you get strikes for giving financial advice?
Yeah, you can for
okay.
for kind of misleading. Now, what do they call it now? It's like misleading or dangerous information. I think that's what people get nicked for if they say, "I'm going to enter this trade now, and so should you." If you were to say that, that would be deemed as dangerous advice. It doesn't have to be financial, even. Sort of like, so if we say, drink a bottle of rum to fix your cold,
all of your problems.
That to fix all your problems. That could also be deemed as dangerous advice, I believe. So there's that. But yeah, but he seems to get away with it. But I don't know. Maybe that's because he's got millions of subscribers and stuff. I think he has run into problems before though. So anyway, but yeah.
Or maybe maybe he is always right. There's that.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I think his demographic are probably like millions of under 17-year-olds, trying to get rich with $10. So don't know. Yeah. I might be being critical there. Anyway, but yeah, thanks for everyone coming along. Do trade safe. We'll see you this afternoon for Maftopia at, was it 4 p.m. UK? Is that right?
Yeah, try and do 4. Yeah. It'll very likely be 4, but do check in the Discord, the Savewith Crypto Discord, which I seem to have piggybacked slightly with a Maftopia channel in there. So if the time changes, check in there. But it'll likely be 4. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Oh, that's all right. Bitcoin's going down again now. That's it's doing what we said. All right. Right, take care, everyone. See you later.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right. And otherwise, we will be back tomorrow at the same time. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.